get rid of this. Where do I want to go back to? There we go. I like that view better. Let's get started. All right. So just a reminder to everyone, if you're not doing this, you're riding your bike at least 2, maybe 3, maybe 4, maybe 5 times a week. And just like you would if you were riding your bike outside, you still need to pump your tires up. So make sure that you're getting your tires pumped up just like you would. You don't have to necessarily do it for every ride, but I would say at least once every week. Maybe make it before every Tuesday's session. Check your tire pressure and get it pumped up to an appropriate number. It can be the same number that you're using outside. You know, we've talked about tire pressure many times, and use your gauge as 90 potentially being your lowest, depending on what size tire you have, and no more than 110, but that's really severe. You don't need to go that high. If you're doing tubeless, or if you have tires that are 28 or bigger, you can bring that tire pressure down even more. If I'm running a 28 width, I'm probably going to put 80 in the front, 85 in the back. So once you start getting outside, you could play around with that a little bit. The higher tire pressure, the harder or harsher your ride's going to be. So you're just going to bounce over stuff at those higher tire pressures, and you're going to kind of roll over stuff with those lower tire pressures. Of course, you don't want to go so low that you're getting a pinch flat, but play around with it and see what feels different. You will feel a difference. If you've been pumping your tires up to 110 and you bring them down to 90, 95, you'll notice a huge difference in your ride. So something to think about. The other thing is, make sure you're lubing your chain. You're using that chain in the same way that you would if you were outside. Of course, the bike is inside, which is in the winter pretty dry. So depending on what kind of lube you're using, make sure you're getting your chain lubed. It's just going to help you with the ride, make it feel a little bit smoother, and it'll make you feel a little bit faster too. All right. So what is today all about? Today is all about a little bit of endurance followed by 1 minute of moving into zone 4. So similar to a workout that we did a few weeks ago, this one's going to be 1, 2, 3, 3 main sets, 3 sections in the main set, which are going to be of varying lengths. 2 minutes for the first set, 3 minutes for the second, and 4 minutes for the last. But here's what's going to happen with those sets. You're going to be in a nice, comfortable zone 3 for a portion of it. And the last minute of each set, you're going to increase your cadence, increase your power or heart rate, and move into zone 4 just for that last minute. So that's going to be the part of, can you endure this? Can you take on being able to be nice and comfortable for the first part of the effort, and then holding on to a steady minute effort at a higher level. All right, so as always, don't forget, you need your water bottle, something in it, not an empty water bottle. Towel, your fan, your computer, and we should be ready to go. All right, so our first little warm up, just to get us going even more. I want everybody in their small ring 19. So think about where your 19 is. Again, 25, 23, 21, 19. We're going to start this off with 85 cadence. 3, 2, 1. I know that's going to feel really low. We're going to build this. Hold it there. Bring that cadence up to 90. Really get consistent. Let the body start to slowly warm up. Bring it up to 95. Be control here. See if you can get it dialed in, dead on. And hold it. And to 100. Come on. Bring up the leg speed. Now here's something we don't normally do. We're going to go backwards. 90 now. I'm sorry, 95. You thought we were going to pedal backwards. Ha, tricked you on that one. 90. We're dialing it back down. Kind of a different way. 85. Slow the leg speed down. Now for this next one, we're going to start a little different. We're going to start at 90 and move up from there. Holding on to 85 still. 3, 2, 1. Get to 90. Just nice, comfortable cadence. Bring it to 100. 100. Skipping over 95. 110. Come on now. Now is when you really have to work for it. Give me the highest cadence you can hold. See if you can get it to 120. Come on. Use those abs. Let the legs work. Bring it down, back down to 110. Don't let it drop. $100. The legs are burning, that's good. Back to 90. Woo. Perfect. Holding on to 90. The last minute of this, I want you between 100 and 110 for 1 minute. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 100 to 110. I'm putting myself at 105. For those of you that need something to look at. Hang on to the cadence. Just getting you ready for what's to come. "15 seconds. Hopefully your power hasn't dropped. 3, 2, 1. Easy gear. Take a drink. Allow yourself to recover. All right. So here's how our main set's going to go. 4 by 2 minutes. 3 by 3 minutes. 2 by 4 minutes. So as I said, I'm going to give you a gear. For the first minute or 2 minutes or 3 minutes, depending on which set we're in, I want you sitting nice and comfortably at your zone 3. Then for the last minute of each set, we're going to bring that up into zone 4. So increasing the cadence, but keeping the gearing where it is. So for the first one, I want you in your small ring 18, which is 1 gear harder than where you just were. So again, 25, 23, 21, 19, it might actually be your 17. That's okay. I want you to hold 1 minute at a zone 3 power or zone 3 heart rate. Cadence, 90 to 100. 3, 2, 1. Just get settled in. Don't bust out of the gate here. Just allow yourself to have a comfortable minute, because that second minute, we're going to bring up the cadence, and hopefully the power and the heart rate will follow. Settle in. Enjoy the zone 3 work. You and I can have a nice conversation right now. If we were together, and if you're in the right zone. When I count it down, you're just staying in that gear, and you're increasing the cadence. Power and heart rate hopefully goes up. 3, 2, 1. Bring your cadence up to 100. 1 minute here. Hold it consistently. Build it if you have to. The heart rate will build as a result of that increase in cadence. "30 seconds to go." Stick with it. Don't let the cadence drop. Think about your form. Almost there. 5, 3, 2, 1. Easy gear. You're only getting 15 seconds. Then you're going to go right back to a minute in that same gear. Go ahead and find it. 25, 23, 21, 19, 17. Here we go. 1 minute at 90 cadence at zone 3. The body's not going to get a lot of chance to recover on these. So the file might look pretty consistent across the board. That's okay, because that's what we're trying to achieve. A little consistency, up for that minute, back down to the consistency. It's nice when you have power. You can really dial it in nicely. You know your zones. If you don't have zones, right now you should be at about a 7 on the RPE scale. 3, 2, bring that cadence up to 100. 1 minute. Looking for a good solid zone 4, 1 minute effort. Turn on the extra fan. Almost there. 20 seconds. Leg speed. 5, 3, 2, 1. Easy gear for 15 seconds. 2 down. 2 more to go. Take a drink here. Right back to that gear. 3, 2, 1. Right back to 90. Right dead on into that zone 3. Now, if your heart rate's coming down quickly, then you're perfectly falling right back into zone 3. The heart rate's not coming down so quickly, then you're starting to train it on how to do that. '90's your cadence right now. Zone 3 is where you should be. When I count it down, 3, 2, 1, bring that cadence up to 100. Holding it steady. You only have 2 more of these efforts to go. 4 total in the 2-minute range. 30 seconds. Tall in the torso, take a deep breath. Hands are relaxed. 10 to go. All the way to the end. 3, 2, easy gear. 15 seconds, take a drink. Last one. Coming your way. Find your gear. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Right back to 90. Settle in. And as always, draw from the session that we did where you shift to an easier gear if you need to. As long as you're holding 90 and keeping it in zone 3, then you're okay in this gear. If your heart rate's jacking up too much, then shift to an easier gear. Coming up to the minute. 3, 2, 1. Increase that cadence up to 100. You've done this 3 times before. Hopefully you're finding the same numbers. Feel strong in your core. Strong in your legs. 30 seconds to go. Hang on to it. Don't let the cadence drop. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Easy gear. Time for some recovery. 1 minute. Take a drink. Towel off. Spin the legs at whatever cadence feels okay. Just make sure that you're not sitting there with your feet not moving. We want to keep the legs moving, keep the muscles firing, and allow that heart rate to come down. So, next one, a little longer for our zone 3 effort. You're going to go 3 minutes total, same gearing. First 2 minutes are zone 3. Last minute, same thing. Increase that cadence and get to zone 4. All right, so find that gear again. Small ring, 17 or 18. This time, 2 minutes at 90 at zone 3. Here we go. Now the legs feel really good at the beginning. So I want you to settle in right at the start. It's crazy how after you come off of a little bit of a rest, you feel yourself like, woo, let's go. Instead, hold yourself back a little bit. Let yourself just gradually get into the effort. Keeping that cadence at 90. You probably are finding this gear to be nice and comfortable. 1 minute down. 1 to go in zone 3. So I printed up, of course, some things to keep you guys entertained. Some of you, I think I've mentioned some of these in the past. The longest tandem seats 35 people and is more than 20 meters long. That's pretty big. All right, we're coming up on our 2 minutes. You're going to increase the cadence. Give me that last minute at zone 4. 3, 2, Let's go. Picking up the cadence. Find the same heart rate or power that you were doing for the last effort. "30 seconds in. Nice and steady. Leg speed, leg speed, leg speed. Five, 3, 2, 1. Easy gear. 15 seconds easy. 2 more of these. Take a drink. Towel off. It's a quick turnaround. Find that gear again. Here we go. Right back. 2 minutes. 90 cadence. Zone 3. So how many bicycles do you think you can fit in a parking space? A 1-car parking space. This was on our trivia questions. The answer is 15. That's a lot. We might have to try that one time. I'm sure that means standing up, not laying down. 1 minute in. How many times cheaper do you think it is to maintain a bicycle over a car? 20 times. But nobody's commuting now, so I guess that doesn't matter as much. Sticking with it. 90 cadence. Zone 3 effort. When I count it down, you're bringing up the cadence to 100. Moving into zone 4. Moving into zone 4. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Bringing it up. Up to 100. Get consistent. Make it the same as the previous efforts. $30 down. Think about light feet. Circular motion with the pedals. Three, 2, 1. Easy gear. For 15, take a drink. Coming up to the last one in this set. Find that gear again. Small ring. 17 or 18. Right back to 90. Right back to zone 3. 2 minutes here. I think this next one might not be true anymore. The world manufactures about 100 million bikes each year. I think they might be doing 100.5 million now. A lot more interest. Need more bikes. Let's hope they can continue to keep up with the demand. 1 minute down. 1 more minute at 90 and zone 3. So I heard a very encouraging thing about Trek bicycles today. They are paying their female pro racers the same amount they're paying their male pro racers. Woohoo! Finally, some team is looking at equal pay. The discrepancies between the men and the women has always been very far off. Nice to see Trek recognizing that the women work just as hard. Bringing that cadence up. 3, 2, 1. Last minute here. Nice and solid, just like the ones previous. Sometimes it's good not to have a clock, and you can stare at it. And just get it going. Keep the legs spinning. Allow yourself to breathe naturally. Ten to go. 3, 2, 1. Nice. Woo! Good job. How many did we do? 2 or 3? Losing track of my time here. All right. 1 minute easy. Moving on to the next set. 2 by 4 minutes. So, what does that mean? That means that for the first 3 minutes, you're in zone 3. For the last minute, you're in zone 4. So everything looks the same. The only difference is that you're holding that first zone 3 effort for a minute longer. Allow yourself to rest here. Till we come up to 1 minute of rest. And then we're ready to get in to 2 by 4 minutes. Now, here's what I want you to do in this one. If you want to change your gearing and maybe try something in the big ring, you're welcome to go there. But I want these to be pretty consistent with each other. So here we go. Find that gear again. Small ring. 17, 3, 2, 1. 3 minutes. 90 cadence. Right at zone 3. Don't go any harder. Let yourself enjoy these first 3 minutes. Everybody always wants to work super hard, sweat like a dog. It's funny that we use that term because I don't think I've ever seen a dog sweat. So just settle in, enjoy the ride, enjoy the scenery and the entertainment. China makes more than 500,000 bicycles. But I actually think that number's wrong because most of our bicycles come from China. And if there's 100 million bikes each year, they got to be making more than 500,000. In the world, there are twice as many bicycles as there are cars. Huh. That's an interesting fact. That's why we need to keep on making bike lanes, bike trails. Like this new trail that goes from New York all the way up, I believe, to Canada. Looks like a cool trail. What country created the first bicycles? It would be France. But the modern design, as we know it, actually goes to England. Everybody's right there, holding that 90, holding zone 3, no harder. We're coming up on that last minute where you're going to increase your cadence to 100 and get your power or heart rate in zone 4. 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Get it going. The first thing I always notice when I start increasing my cadence is I get my torso in the right place. So I can get the right power out of my glutes and hamstrings. Holding on to this. Come on. Don't stop pedaling yet. Ten to go. 3, 2, 1. Easy gear. 15 seconds. Take a drink. Get ready for the second 3-minute effort. Here we go. Right back down to that gear. 3, 2, 1. Right to 90. Right to zone 3. In the Netherlands, 7 out of 8 people older than 15 have a bike. That's why, if you look at cyclocross, the Netherlands just racks it up at the top of podiums. Their athletes are so talented. They've been riding their bikes for so long. So the fastest measured speed of riding a bike on a flat surface, 133.75 kilometers per hour. So those mathematicians in the group, calculate that up for us. At the end, let us know what that speed is. So by riding a bike, it saves 238 million gallons every year of fuel. That's a lot. You're holding 90. You're still in zone 3. We've got 2 minutes down. Getting closer to the end. For some of you, this is when the body starts to really respond. No standing up tonight. This is all about leg speed. And being patient, but enduring. 3, 2, bring that cadence up. Right to 100. Right to zone 4. 1 solid minute. Come on now. Keep the legs moving. "20 seconds. "10 to go. Three, 2, 1. Woo! Easy gear. 2 minutes easy. Nice. Almost to the end. Allow the heart rate to come back down. Start thinking about finishing that bottle. All right, I'm going to give you a little longer rest here because I want you to be able to give me a good effort for the last part of the workout. It's only going to be quick, and then we'll be ready to cool down. Here's what it looks like. 1 minute at steady, meaning whatever is steady for you right now, whatever you feels like a steady effort, meaning that you can hold it for that full minute. Then what's going to happen is you're going to shift down to 1 harder gear from there, and we're going to do 20 seconds, kind of ramping up the effort a little bit. Then we're going to shift down to 2 harder gears from there, and we're going to do a 10-second sprint. That last sprint, out of the saddle, in the drops, as if somebody was chasing you. So I don't know if you guys saw, somewhere in Europe, there was a guy skiing down a slope, and running behind him, probably about 100 yards away, was a bear. So the bear was actually chasing him down the slope. He had a backpack on. He was smart because what he did was he actually dropped his backpack, which caused the bear to go to the backpack and see what it was all about, and he was able to escape down the rest of the slope. So, if you're ever out on a slope, you think there might be bears around, take a backpack with you. All right, so here's how this one's going to go. You're going to be in your big ring this time, and you're going to start around the same gear that you were in the previous effort. Around your 17, if you feel that you can hold that gear for a nice steady effort. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Keep your cadence somewhere between 80 and 90. I'm shifting around myself, just trying to find the best spot. We're at 1 minute here. Then when I count it down, you're going to shift to one harder gear. You're going to go for 20 seconds at a higher cadence than you are right now. Then that last 10, it's going to be an all-out sprint. So pay attention to where your cadence is now. If you're at 80, that's fine. Shifting down. One harder gear. Try picking up the cadence. Picking up your power. Shifting down. 2 harder gears. In your drops, out of the saddle. Let's go. 10 seconds. Sprinting it. 3, 2, 1. Nice easy gear. Back down to your small ring. Woo! Spinning the legs. We're going to do one more of those. This time, though, it's going to be a little shorter. 30 seconds to start. 20 seconds to build, and 10 seconds to go. But I want you this time in your small ring, because I want you to see the difference between your leg speed and maybe a little better gear that can get your leg turnover faster. So you might want to go small ring around your 17 or 19 to start. Go ahead and find that gear. 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1. You should be able to hold 90 here without a problem. If you're even getting to 100, that's okay. Good, solid, steady effort. Keep the legs going. Shifting down, one harder gear. Bring up the cadence and the effort. Hold this. Shifting down. 2 harder gears. Out of the saddle. Let's go. Three, 2, 1. Woo! Good job, guys. Let's cool it down. I'm sure on that last one, you got a little better leg speed because you were in your small ring. For those of you that have power, You might have actually seen a higher power number. So bring your cadence down to about 80. Allow the heart rate to come down. Spin the legs. Finish up whatever's in your bottle. Good job, guys. I hope you were able to see lots of consistency with each one of those efforts. Even though we started making the duration of the zone 3 portion a little longer, it's tough to just increase the cadence and move into that next zone. But that's how we start building a good solid foundation for what you're going to get when you start going outside. Looks as if we're going to get a snowy February. Can't even believe I'm saying that. It's February almost. Seems kind of crazy. So you better get ready for Valentine's Day. I have to tell my neighbor next door, she always has the cutest little door hanger on her side door. And she still has a snowman or a Christmas looking thing there. So I think it's time for her to get her hearts out. She's probably going to wait until February 1st to do that. All right, so keep spinning the legs. Let's see if I have any more interesting facts to share with you before we're done. Get my list out here. I guess you can't say this anymore. 10% of New York City's workforce commute daily on bicycles. I don't think that's happening any longer. I actually used to know a group that commuted from Ridgewood. Cycling is one of the best pastimes for people who want to reduce the risk of having heart disease and/or stroke. That's definitely why we do this, guys. Keep us all healthy and safe and sane. We're going to go 2 more minutes and then we'll be done for the night. So you should be, the sweating process should be stopping a little bit. Your heart rate, you should be down to bottom of zone 3, zone 2, maybe even the bottom of zone 2, depending on how hard you pushed yourself tonight. We don't always have to go hard to make workouts effective. These endurance type workouts are just as effective as those ones that make you cry and scream and say bad words to me that I can't hear. So we'll keep going here for 1 more minute. Is this a good cool down for this workout? I'm going to pop off kind of quickly myself so I can get a shower fast and get on to my next thing. We'll see how many new student athletes we can get on the team. Hopefully we don't get more than the number of coaches that we have. So if anybody knows of kids between 6th grade and 12th grade that are interested in mountain biking, that live really anywhere in New Jersey, there's tons of teams in the area. If you're living, say, in Morris County, there's a couple of teams out there. So if you know of any kids that are interested, I can always get you connected with the right team. But we're based out of Bergen County, mainly Tenafly, Cresskill, that area. That's where most of the kids are coming from. All right, stopping my watch, getting off, and opening up the phone lines. Great workout as always.